Hello, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton, where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspire us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. My name is Reverend Catherine Bliss, and it is my pleasure to welcome you here. We're going to start off with a little bit of music by Tony Bernardi and Chrissa Holmes. Be here now.
If you were wondering where you were wandering, then be here now. All that there is to give and all you can receive is right here now. So be here now. Just be here now. If you would like to grow your love and let it show, then be here now. The love that's yours to give and to receive and live is right here now. So be here now. Just be here now. Don't let the weight of the world pull you with gravity. It will distract you from where you need to be. If you were wondering where you were wandering, then be here now. All that there is to give and all you can receive is right here now. So be here now. Just be here now.
Yes, be here now. Well, welcome again. We are an inclusive spiritual organization which teaches qualities like oneness, compassion, and love. We honor you and all people wherever we are on our spiritual journeys. Our vision is to awaken to the spiritual magnificence of ourselves and our one humanity and our planet Earth. Our mission is to transform our lives and transform the world. Our purpose, we are a community of love that supports all people in experiencing real transformation. And now I'd like to bring practitioner emeritus Lana Mayhew as we do our invocation, our candle lighting and reading.
Thank you. Thank you, and good morning. If you just go into prayer with me right here and right now and just close your eyes and be in this moment. And so I just am knowing that we are here to celebrate God. We are here in this moment as we are part of this divinity. We are part of this power. We are part of this love and light and joy that just emanates from our own being. That is part of spirit on this beautiful spring morning with the spring rain that bursts forth all these beautiful flowers and trees, that renewal of life, that renewal of our own being. And so I know that there is no way to be separate from God right here and right now. It is imbued and interwoven into the tapestry of our own soul. There is absolutely no separation. And so I know together that this service is in divine order and divine right action. I'm knowing that through Reverend Catherine's talk and through our music ministry and all the audio visual, everything, and all of you listening today, that we are uplifted. Everything is in divine order and divine right action, that we are touched by the words that are spoken, that our souls are uplifted in this day, and that we take this out into our lives every day, every morning, that we reawaken with a newness, with a revitalization of our own being. And I give such thanks Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And together we say, and so it is. And so now we're going to do our candle lighting, and we're going to have a candle being brought up as I am reading the candle lighting for March. And our theme is open to possibility. The very first candle is lit, and this is for Native American. Listen with your heart. Learn from your experiences, and always be open to new ones. The second one is Christian. Open your heart and invite God into every circumstance, because when God enters the scene, miracles happen. The third one is Jainism. Faith and prayer both are invisible, but they make impossible things possible. The fourth one is Buddhism. Let yourself be open and life will be easier. The fifth one is Sikhism. Every moment you are open as a humble student, you are surrounded with infinite possibilities of choice. 6, Judaism. Imagine you could open your eyes to see only the good in every person, the positive in every circumstance, and the opportunity in every challenge. And then the 7th lighting is science of mind. Within us is the unborn possibility of limitless experience. Ours is the privilege of giving birth to it. Okay, and so now I'm going to do the reading. Visioning is a spiritual practice which allows us to transcend limited habitual thinking and align with the infinite possibility for our lives. Visioning is the practice of opening to the highest idea as us. We make ourselves available and become a place of deep listening to hear, feel, see, and catch God's idea for our life. What is seeking to emerge as my life? The vision is already complete in the universal mind, and everything that is necessary to fulfill the vision is inherent within the vision itself. Our opportunity is to be a willing and able vehicle for the vision. Thank you. And now back to Reverend Catherine for our message.
Thank you very much for that, Lana. So our monthly theme is open to possibilities. So we've been talking about that this whole month, open to possibilities. And one of the ways that we do that is certainly through visioning. My talk title this morning is Commit to the Transformation. This month, we've been opening to the highest of our lives through the spiritual practice of visioning, opening up to the impress of spirit through visioning allows us to tap into the realm of possibilities and much greater than we can even begin to imagine for ourselves. Visioning is about personal transformation. We are transformed through the practice of opening ourselves up as avenues of awareness and being a receptacle for the divine love intelligence and wisdom within us. The acts of releasing and embracing are the work that transforms our lives when we commit to it. Committing to the vision is committing to transformation. Center for Spiritual Living's global vision statement related to today's talk is, we live in a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with his or her highest spiritual principle, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other. A world in which individually and collectively we are called to a higher state of consciousness and action. Visualization is a technique whereby we mentally picture what we desire or what we would like to do or have. It operates through the law of attraction, supported by personal will and the power of concentration. Its effectiveness varies with the skill of the individual. It is limited by what we can imagine as our highest possibility. Visioning is a practice of opening to God as you, as me, as each of us. It is, quote, catching, unquote, the divine idea for our possibilities. It allows us to transcend limited thinking to align with divine wisdom. Visioning is a form of co-creation to expand life's potential. It is the natural growth, the outgrowth of maturing in God consciousness. Visioning is always about becoming, not about doing, about what, not the how. In visioning, we are entering in the realm of soul manifestation rather than personal manifestation. It is about attuning ourselves to the wholeness of being and being willing to be an avenue through which that wholeness expresses itself. Visioning is never about getting or acquiring. It is always about allowing consciousness to grow and to expand. The difference between visualization and visioning is the difference between directing spirit to have our way and allowing spirit to have its way. Direct revelation is the practice of the principles of spiritual being, freedom, and heaven. As individualized expressions of the one infinite reality, we have access to the infinite wisdom and intelligence of the ultimate reality. It flows through us, as us, to the degree that we set our previous ideas aside and become aware of the consciousness of the impress of the universal spirit. Direct revelation is available to us through our intuition and can be intentionally cultivated through visioning. Visioning is about our personal and collective growth and transformation. The demonstration is a byproduct of the work we do in consciousness. Some of the benefits of visioning is that everything that is necessary to fulfill the vision is inherent within the vision itself. Visioning will transform every aspect of our life. We must be ready to change and have our life changed. God within becomes the guiding force for every activity and every decision. By surrendering our mind to the infinite mind already within us, we are able to access the bigger picture and to perceive our part in its unfoldment. We experience a deeper connection with spirit and with the divine order and the perfection of all life. So we've been talking about visioning, like I said, this whole month, And so this is a little bit of a review, this part of it, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows how to practice visioning, which many of you probably do, but let's go through it anyway. Determine the focus for the visioning process. What is the purpose? What do I want to do visioning about? And then center in spirit, turn within and become still and silent and establish your awareness of the presence within, in love, a deep connection and sense of love being that which is at the core of our being and tapping into that source. Anchor this awareness in infinite love, which is the overarching purpose for our lives. Open to the vision by asking open-ended questions and allow for the unknown possibilities to be revealed. Pause after each question to receive the vision, the information, the feeling, and so forth, and write out the answers to each question. So here's the questions. What is God's vision of itself expressing as my life? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? What must I become in order that fulfilled? What must I release in order to live the vision? What must I embrace in order to embody the vision? And our final question, is there anything else to be known at this time? So you just spend time with those questions, recording information, feelings, sensations, smells, sounds, whatever can come from that. And sometimes it's peace. Sometimes it's just a sense of peacefulness and balance and wholeness. Sometimes there's not a thing that shows up. For some it does. Some get lots of information, and we don't want to compare ourselves to that. Whatever comes to us by asking those questions and spending some time in silence with them is perfect for us, for each of us. So no comparison. Don't do that. That doesn't keep us open and allowing. It kind of shuts us down and has us doing comparison. We don't want to do that. And then share the vision with other like-minded individuals. And I'm saying like-minded individuals here because you want to share it with somebody that's going to allow for your vision to unfold and come into fruition. And, sometimes I know I've had this in my life where I share something with the wrong person and I get some feedback and then I'm like, oh, bummer. Well, don't do that. Share it with like-minded individuals that, know more about you and what you're up to. And then support the vision through prayer or spiritual mind treatment, what we call affirmative prayer. Bless the vision and express gratitude for it. The prayer is always an acceptance of what we must embody to be or to become the vision. It is said that we cannot solve a problem at the same level of consciousness that created it. We are being called to a higher level of consciousness, a consciousness which realizes there is a power for good in the universe, and it uses me. And it uses me. It uses you. It uses all of us. There is a power for good in the universe, and it uses us. We participate in visioning and go beyond our personal desires and tap into the infiniteness of spiritual wisdom that is our very own consciousness. We open to the highest idea. We align our consciousness with our divine purpose, which is to love and express that love in our lives in our own unique ways. Through this spiritual practice, we are entering a realm of soul manifestation rather than personality manifestation. It is about attuning ourselves to the wholeness of being and being willing to be an avenue through which that wholeness expresses itself. Visioning is never about getting or acquiring. It is always about allowing consciousness to grow and to expand. Reverend Michael Beckwith of Agape International Spiritual Center defines this growth and expansion as the 4 stages of spiritual development. 1, to me. This is victim consciousness. God is outside of me, making things happen in my life, testing, rewarding, and punishing me. I feel powerless. 2, by me. As I evolve from victimhood, I release blame, shame, and guilt. And I learned that God is within me and that there is a law that I can use to effect changes and claim dominion over my life. I use the law. I use the law effectively. I feel powerful. Visualization is commonly used here as well. Through me. Continuing to evolve, I let go of control. I have learned to establish dominion over my life, and I have built strong life structures for myself. And now I realize that there is more to life than this. I surrender. I surrender to spirit and let it use me. As I surrender to the indwelling presence, it operates through me. I become its instrument. It might be noted here that if I do not willingly surrender, Spirit will give me a little push or perhaps a big shove if that's necessary. So I surrender. Visioning is a natural at this point of our evolution as a spiritual community. This is exactly where we are. We're surrendering to God to fulfill itself as Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton. It's exactly where we are. And then the 4th is as me. I release the last vestiges of separation and realize complete identification with God. I know that I am it. Jesus was in this stage when he said, when they see me, they see he that sent me, and I and my Father are one. We are now transparencies for the Christ and have moved from knowing the truth to being the truth. I am it. Joel S. Goldsmith, in Spiritual Interpretation of Scripture, says, the Christ is here. It is your very own consciousness when human thought is stilled, where human effort ends, the activity of the Christ begins. So as we release that which doesn't serve the highest idea and embrace new ways of being, the vision will unfold organically. This is a process of aligning with that which already is. Michael Beckwith says, "Where there is a willingness, there is a way. Where there is a willfulness, there is a wall." So you can kind of imagine, if you will, a garden hose that is attached to a water spigot. The spigot is the source. The water is turned on and it is flowing. How much water comes out of the end of that garden hose depends on whether or not the hose is obstructed. The water is flowing fully, and yet at the end of the hose, the water may be dribbling out. So our spiritual work is to remove the obstructions in the garden hose to allow the full flow of water. So God is the water flowing. The degree to which we experience that flow, the givingness of spirit in our lives, is the degree to which we are able to be a channel for that water to flow through. Our work is unkinking the hose so that spirit can flow through fully. We don't need to do anything about the flow of water. The opportunity is to make the hose a more able instrument to allow the water to flow through. We don't need to make something happen. Simply rest in the awareness that the vision is being revealed is already complete. Commit to transformation. Be willing to do the work of releasing and embracing. When we become beholders of God's grace, unfolding as our lives, we become instruments of the divine. We fulfill our purpose. Dr. Ernest Holmes says this: "We are taking, I trust, a vision, something beyond a hope and a longing, that the living Spirit shall through us walk anew into its own creation, and a new glory come with the dawn." So as our spiritual community, we do this visioning practice once a month. And what I'd like to do is invite you to come and to join us. Join us in this visioning practice of what's God's idea of itself as Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton. And then we do our work of releasing and allowing and becoming that vision. We become the vision. There's not a lot of doing around there. There is a practice. And so we do the practice, and then we allow and we release and we let go so that that vision can come into full fruition. So come and join us. Come join us for a visioning practice. It's like I think it's the second Tuesday evening of the month. We are there and we would love to have you. Love is the self-givingness of universal spirit through its desire to express itself in terms of creation. Love is the impulse, and the law is the way of creation. And now, if you would, just turn within and join me in our affirmative prayer. And right here, right now, I recognize that there is a divine presence. There is a divine creator, a love intelligence that is everywhere present in its creation. All that is seen and all that is unseen. And I call this God, I call it spirit. You give it whatever name is good for you. It is that which created and creates all of life. It is that source within it, that perfection, that wholeness. It is that greater unfolding. And it is that which lives within me, that is alive within me, that is ever present, ever available, all power. It is love. And as I know that this is true for me, I know that this is true for all the 8 billion people on this planet, as well as all sentient life. It has all been and continues to be created by this love intelligence. And everything that is needed for its highest and its best is already been given to it. It is already within the seedling to be a mighty oak. It is already within the babe that comes to this planet to have everything that it needs to be that expression of spirit. So I know that nothing is held back, nothing is lacking, for God itself is our lives. We are godlings. So I know that this spiritual practice of visioning opens us up to what is God's idea of my life that brings forward the spirit, that brings forward love, that brings forward compassion and joy and wholeness. What brings forth the abundance of life in every form and possible way. That it is spirit moving through me, as me, out into the creation of life itself. So I open up to that more fully now. Releasing that which no longer serves me, releasing the past, the old ideas, the way it used to be. And I step into the now moment, the holy, perfect moment of now, and allow the expression of spirit to come through me, as me. And as I know that this is true for me, I again know this is true for everyone. And that it is especially true for Center for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton, that this community allows spirit to express itself fully and completely into its life, into its community, into its unfolding of all the possibilities. And so I know that this community does its work, releasing and letting go and embracing that which is Spirit's highest and the best for Columbus Center for Spiritual Living Greater Dayton. And I tell you, it thrills me because the possibilities are unlimited. And I'm no longer in my thinking mind. I'm now open from that heart space, from that divine creativity. And I am listening. I am allowing myself to be still, to hear that tiny, small voice, which is God. So I must become still. I must become quiet and listen. What is God's highest vision? Yes. And then I must say yes. Then I must put into action my work to release and to become that vision. And it is becoming the vision that the work is complete. It is done. And so I know that this is true for everyone hearing my voice and beyond, and who will be hearing it later. And I know that Spirit is in the middle of all of this activity, for there is only God. There's not God and something. No, there is only God, and it is one. There is one humanity and one life, and we are expressions of that. Everything that we were created from is the gift to us. And so I'm so grateful for this knowing. I'm so grateful for this truth. I'm so grateful for this vision unfolding in perfect order right now. Everything that is needed for its absolute fulfillment has already provided. So I just step into that vision now. I just step into it and I say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Knowing that it is so, I simply release this word into that creative medium, into that soil of which this word has been planted, knowing that it must grow what has been put into it. It must become form. It must have legs. It must have a body. It must be manifested. For that truly is the creative process. That is how it works. And so I simply let it go and I let it be. And with a grateful heart, please say with me, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Please be patient. Please be patient with me, with you, in all you do. Patient, oh patient, oh patient. Ooh. Please be gentle. Please be gentle with me, with you, in all you do. Gentle, oh gentle, oh gentle, ooh, patient, oh patient, oh patient, ooh.
Beautiful. So now is the time for our conscious giving. And there are several ways that you can do that and do it from joy. Do it from a place of givingness as God gives. The information, I believe, is being scrolled at the bottom of the screen, so I'm not going to take time to repeat it. But please use your Kroger's, your Dorothy Lane Market, Amazon Smile programs. They contribute to the center at no additional cost to you. So please consider that. And now please take your gift and place it over your heart. And just take a deep breath and repeat, if you can, out loud, The Millionaires of Genesis by Catherine Ponder. Divine substance cannot be withheld from us, and divine substance cannot be taken from us. We are the rich, radiant substance of the universe. We are master of substance, and we take control of substance in our thoughts, in our words, and actions now. Since divine substance owns all things, divine substance is the one and only reality in our financial affairs now. We praise our world as the perfect creation of divine substance, and we now see more financial income for ourselves and for our center than we have ever seen before. We invite the powerful, loving substance of the universe to pour out unlimited wealth upon us. We claim our millionaire heritage of increased health, wealth, and happiness now. And now I'd like to invite Lana back up for a few announcements.
Oh, good. Yay. Thank you. So a few announcements. So now you can watch the Center for Spiritual Living's services on YouTube. They are streaming. And so you'd go to YouTube and then you would put Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Dayton in there, and it would come up. And you can watch any of them. I think we just started doing that. So it's been a little complicated. I think it's been a while. So it's a little bit different now. And so we have an opportunity to be really silly and have some fun together on April 3rd. It's an Easter egg hunt at Indian Riffle Park at 11 a.m. Bring your little ones brunch and your eggs for some outdoor playfulness. That should be good. Want to know more details? Check out the e-newsletter, Facebook, and or Meetup. And so that would be good there. Saturday, April 17th, from 10 to 1, we need your help in cleaning up the interior of our building as we prepare for reopening soon. Come and enjoy safe gathering and bring your lunch if you like. Please mark your calendar for our town hall meeting on April 18th after service at 11:45 via Zoom. Please bring your ideas and questions as we work together to reopen in person Sunday celebration services. We want to hear from you. Please join us for that. And then community connection every Thursday evening from 7 to 8. If you're feeling like you need to be reconnected with everyone, this is a good, awesome way to be able to do that. Come join us via Zoom. The link is provided in the e-newsletter or on Facebook page. If you would like to receive our e-newsletter, please let Reverend Catherine know by leaving her a message or text at 614-506-4261. If you would like prayer, our prayer line number is 937-343-5855. Call or text. If you can also request a prayer request on our website, www.cslgd.org. Please reach out to our practitioners. I'm one of them. We are here to support you on doing that. And just know that we're here to support and love you. And all of those prayer requests do come to me directly, and then I disseminate that information out to all the practitioners and Reverend Catherine. So, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Lana. And let's bring the Sunday service team on board. We want to get out there and put some stuff in there in Facebook and YouTube. Let's thank Tony Bernardi and Krista Holmes for our live music. Thank you to practitioner Emeritus Lana Mayhew for her service and for providing our candle lighting and the world religion statements. And to also thank Practitioner Emeritus Marge Russell for holding the high watch. Thank you to Patrick and to Andy, Practitioner Andy, on the audio video team. Without them, we would not have this service be possible today. So thank you. Again, send them some love and some praise on our Facebook chat and on YouTube. That would be wonderful. And please share our page with your friends on Facebook so that we all are, sharing with those people in our lives that we know we can make a difference for. So please share with your friends. And a special thanks, if you are here with us for the first time, thank you so much for being here. We are a community that welcomes you and would love to invite you to participate in any way that you can. We are available. And please go to our website, www.cslgd.org, for our previous messages as well as our calendar of events and classes. Thank you again for joining us. Spring classes will start in May, likely via Zoom. We'll know a little bit more about that. At some point, we'll probably do a sort of like a combination of Zoom and in person. But for right now, it'll probably be via Zoom. More details are coming very soon. Please watch for the details in the registration in the e-newsletter. Let's see. I think, that's it. So join me in our affirmation. I relax and behold God's grace unfolding as my life. Yes. And now let's enjoy some music with Tony Bernardi and Carissa Holmes as we close this morning's service.
Until I see you again, think of me now and then. Until I see you again, hold the light, my friend. Keep on shining, my friend. We'll close the distance when I see you again. It's so nice to know that you are in my life, and to trust that we are walking side by side. Even though we might be far apart on Zoom, you are always in my heart. Until I see you again, think of me now and then. Till I see you again, hold the light, my friend. Keep on shining, and then we'll close the distance when I see you again. When I see you, holding you in my heart. Till I see you, might be far apart. Till I see you, holding you in my heart. Till I see you again. Until I see you again, hold the light, my friend. Keep on shining, and then holding the light, my friend. Keep on shining, and then we'll close the distance when I see you again.